Hey everybody, it's Steve Knight.
I'm Logan Bedard.
Yeah, we've got him here on this episode of The Night Shift. We're talking about the Phenom. I mean, by the time he's only this age, he's already got so much history here in Central PA. We're going to delve into it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what he's got coming up in the future. It's coming at you right now on The Night Shift. Okay, so first of all, let me just say thanks for making the time, Logan.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here, man.
And by being here today as our guest, I'm appreciative in a lot of ways, but perhaps most appreciative of the fact that you have single-handedly lowered the median age of the guest on the night shift by about 30 years.
Well, I'm glad I could do that for everybody.
So thanks for that. But
Yeah.
we're going to talk about your history because I think some folks that might not be, completely familiar with you might be a little surprised to find out how much history you already have here in Central PA and in other parts as well. But at your age. And another thing that's going to be unique about this episode is that I've never started an episode with a guest where the step-off topic was the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So the Blue Man Group was an early inspiration for you. Talk about that.
Yeah, so Dad got 2 tickets to go see them at the Giant Center. I was, I think, 5, and he was going to take my mom. It was supposed to be a date night, and she ended up like sick or something and couldn't go. And she's like, I'm sure Logan would love it. Take him. And yeah, she was right. And I came home that night and was, oh, Dad, I want to be a drummer. And, at that point, it's all like, oh, yeah, sure you do, buddy. Okay.
Right.
Got me a toy kit and just immediately fell in love with it. You know, started learning songs and kind of getting more serious with it. And my parents kind of had a moment of, oh shit, like, we got a kid that really wants to do this.
Yeah.
So they started me up with lessons, and for a while, at that age, it's just give a little kid a space to play on the drum set.
Right.
But it got serious pretty quick. And so I ended up moving to an actual teacher, Jeremy Hummel of Breaking Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, just that kicked it right there. That started it all.
So when did you start actually working with Jeremy? At what age?
I think I was about 6.
Wow.
Yeah, because I know they've talked they've talked about how hard it really was to find a teacher that would work with a kid that young
and not just give you like a pad.
Yeah, and there were a lot of them that had like a more traditional approach to it, like that. Where like, oh, he's not going to touch a drum set until he's like 15, and my parents were both just like, no. Like that's not. He's not trying to be,
right.
Like do this right, the militant way. Like he wants to play the damn drums.
Right.
So yeah, Jeremy was the one that said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Like he wants to learn drum set, he can learn the drum set." And that was a challenge to find him, I think. But it couldn't have been a better choice. Like,
do you
absolutely.
still have a memory of being at that Blue Man Group show and seeing the percussion?
Vaguely, but there's been a lot of concerts and stuff since then.
Right.
But yeah, I still remember getting my first drum kit, Christmas Day, opening it up, unwrapping the big box that it was in. It was a toy kit, but yeah, I do still remember getting that, and it lasted 6 months, and then they got me a real kit.
Yeah. What do you think it was about the drums that you were immediately drawn to?
I honestly don't know off the bat what it was. I know now the reason that I'm drawn to it is just because I like being the one that's kind of the driver of the whole thing, no matter what it is, everybody's kind of looking to the drummer, especially to set the tempo, but to set the feel of the dance floor, change the dynamics of the tune. We as drummers have a lot more control over the music than some of the melodic instruments. And so I think that's what...
You're the engine.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what keeps me drawn to it now.
Yeah.
But I really can't put a finger on what drew me in at first. I mean, the Blue Man Group's a hell of a cool show.
Oh,
So
no
I
doubt.
think part of it was just like, I want to be that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like those guys that I was obsessed with. It was the two drummers in the back on drum sets. They were the two that I was watching the whole time.
Yeah.
And, I wore that DVD out, man. Like
Yeah.
just watching it every day.
Yeah.
I watched that and The Police, Certifiable, live in Buenos Aires. Those two DVDs were
Stewart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So he was one of my first like influences that I could put a finger on, that really drew me in pretty early. I just the drum set for some reason always fascinated me. And I mean, 15 years later, carrying the gear 4 nights a week, I wish I played the flute or something.
Yeah, right.
But like,
When did you first learn Message in a Bottle?
oh man, I think I was 9, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I played it for a recital, actually one of Jeremy's student recitals.
Yeah.
So
That's as a drum song, that's one of my favorite drum songs.
Oh
I
my
just
God, yeah.
absolutely
All
love
of
that
the
song.
Police stuff. There is not
Yeah.
a bad song,
Right.
And I wish they were still together because
Yeah.
God, I would kill to see that band.
Yeah.
Just one of the most legendary.
Yeah.
It's a 3-piece band too.
Right.
Like that's
Amazing.
what's wild about it. You know?
Yeah. So that leads me into I know then in terms of being out in the public, you kind of got a little bit of a start with a guy who's a mutual friend of ours with Shake Win, and going to some open mic nights, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Galifties.
At Galifties, yeah, Galifties Down Under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think he did those on like a weeknight, or if I
it was
recall,
I think it was a Wednesday.
Wednesday nights,
Yep.
and it was an open mic thing. And you tell the story. You just show up.
Yeah, Dad was
brings
like,
you? Yeah.
dude, you just want to play with a band? I don't at the time. I was no, like I'm scared.
Yeah.
And I was like, we went, and I didn't want to go up. And actually, the first time he got me up there, I glared at him the whole time. Because at that point too, I was learning a lot more like progressive rock and modern rock stuff. And Shay was like, no, I don't know Breaking Benjamin or Alter Bridge or any of that shit. And he gives me
And
a
that's
song
what you
list.
knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gives me a song list, and I was like, well, play that Funky Music's on there. I know that song.
Okay.
And yeah, so I went up there and played that out. Yep. Played that song.
Wild
and
Cherry.
yeah, man. And 7 years old, that was
Oh, yeah.
the first thing I ever played.
I still
with
love
Shay.
that song.
Yeah, oh, me too.
Yeah, I love
absolutely.
that song.
I mean, it definitely wears out on me because I play in cover bands, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was the tune that started it all. And we started going every week, and then Dad showed me the Sharks. And was like, here, this is the band Shay was in.
Right.
Showed me all the music videos and stuff. And then I was like, oh my God, like, wow, that's really cool. And
Well, that's interesting.
started learning those tunes
So
too.
you, and Shay's was gracious enough to be a guest with me here on the
Oh,
night
was he?
shift. But to this day, because your dad and I, we had talked about your dad and I are about the same age. So I grew up, I was 11, 12, 13 years old. The Sharks were like, and I stood in line outside of places to, for like hours to just get in and see the Sharks. So
Right.
to this day, I still fanboy around Shay,
Yeah.
and I'm still just like, oh my God, it's Shay.
Yeah,
It's Shay.
right.
He's just like such a legend to me, and people of my generation. But for you were just like, oh, this is just some guy.
Yeah, that's Uncle Shay at
Yeah.
this point now. Yeah, it is.
Right.
It absolutely is.
Because
just
you
Uncle
missed
Shay
all of
now.
that.
Yeah, and
And
that
then
was the
as a
thing
kid,
too.
you're just a guy hosting an open mic night.
Right. But seeing those music videos and stuff like that, and Dad showing me all the MTV and all the history of it, it did really put it into perspective for me. It was kind of like, oh wow, like this guy is legit. Like this is really cool who I'm getting to play with, and it was definitely a really, really awesome feeling when the first time that he said, hey, I need a drummer on a real gig, not at open mic. You know enough of my music now, because I'd been going for like 6-7 months to the open mics and started learning songs off of his list. And he said, dude, you can play a show. Absolutely. And I don't really know of too many people that would say, yeah, you know what, fuck it. Give the 8-year-old a chance to get it. Yeah, let's book a gig.
You were literally 8?
Yeah, I was 8 years old the first time I played like a full 3-hour show with Shay.
Wow.
And that, I don't even know really how to begin to like
Can we find the video? Is
Oh,
it out there at
I'm sure
all?
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll have
some
to check
video.
out
Yeah,
Dad's YouTube and
yeah,
see what's
yeah.
out there.
I'm just
Yeah,
curious to
I
see it
know
for
the open
myself.
mic stuff's up there.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, seven to eight. It was like the end of me being seven. So,
yeah.
um, yeah, there is a lot of it out there still.
When did you? Obviously, this all came at you so quickly and so soon. When did you? When did you get the realization of, hey, I think I'm pretty good at this. Like, I'm starting to pick up on the fact that I'm exceptionally good at this for 8 or 9 years
I
old.
I don't really know when it happened, but I think it was probably when I got to the point about age 9 or 10 when I was playing like 3 nights a week with him,
Yeah.
3 to 4 nights a week of 3 hour shows. I had 400 or 500 songs under my belt 2 years into this. And there was, yeah, I can't pinpoint it, but there was a moment about 9 or 10 when I realized, oh
Oh,
shit,
wait a minute.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
this is crazy. And like, I know the first time that I got handed money, I was like, what? Give me
Yeah.
$100 for this?
Yeah.
Like I had only gotten $100 bill for like Christmas or my birthday prior to that. And so
Right.
getting that, I'm like, holy shit, I can
Yeah.
play music. This is awesome. Like what?
Now, mom and dad were driving you around.
Yeah.
What was their skim?
Oh my God.
The gas money.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and actually that's the thing. There really wasn't. Like they, I always gave them the money and they put it into an account for me, a
Awesome.
custodial account. And
Yeah.
like it
Did you ever you reinvest and get better equipment
oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
and
It's
so you were working with Jeremy with lessons and how long did you continue that?
I worked with him till I was about 16 or 17.
Mm.
And it got to a point where he kind of sat me down, had a conversation, was just like, look, man, like,
Our work is done here.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
not that it's done because, like, the day that you're
You're always
not
learning.
striving to get better is
Right.
you should stop. But um, it was kind of look, dude, like, I don't feel like you're practicing as much as you should be because you work a lot, you're gigging a lot, and that's all right. But for that reason, I don't think you're really fully invested in this. So, we should, and which is fine.
Yeah.
It was mutual.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just gotten busier since then. So
Right. Right. Yeah, I know that you have a very busy schedule, a busy upcoming schedule, which
mhm.
we'll talk more about. But um, from there, you do kind of progress, and I know you've either gigged with but there's times that you've been in bands, and I know that you've got a lot of different influences and a lot of different things that you're into. But Scarlet Revolver,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So tell me
man.
about that. And
That
you were
was
pretty young at that point,
yeah,
right?
that
Yeah.
was I was probably 11 when I got linked up with the Perfect Fifth Musical Arts Center.
Mhm.
And they didn't have a drum instructor at the time, but there was an instructor there, a guitar player named Rod Gels, who was
Yeah.
doing like band classes, like
Yeah.
which is the most just badass idea ever. Like what the hell? Like who thinks of that? That whole concept in and of itself, I still to this day think is the coolest ass thing
Mm.
ever.
And Rod's a really good guy.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, just
Yeah.
one of the best people,
Yeah.
one of the best teachers in the area, and just yeah, oh my God, one of my favorite people. But yeah, man, he was running these like rock band classes, like, and yeah, so that band started. A couple of them were his students, and then a couple of them saw the ads for come be in a band, and it was kind of it was a little more than like your garage band, just a bunch of dipshit kids learning stuff, like
Right.
because we had guidance.
Mm.
Rod being a veteran of the music
Yeah.
industry and Berkeley grad and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of
He-
experience and work with a ton of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he helped to kind of mold that without any of the stupid mistakes that teenagers generally make when they're just
Yeah,
getting
it's
high in the
goofing.
garage,
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
playing music.
Right.
So it definitely it was pretty wild what he taught us all out
Yeah.
of that project.
Yeah.
And it continued for like 8 years, I think.
Mm.
It's like 7 or 8 years. I'm pretty sure that band was together. and it moved around. You know, Rod eventually left the Perfect Fifth, and he went off on his own, but we went with him, and we were at Metropolis Art Collective in Mechanicsburg for a long time too. With Richard Riley owns that place.
Mm.
He's another great musician,
Mhm.
just staple of this scene too. Yeah, we were down there for a long, long time too.
What was your biggest takeaway in terms of you learning and learning music from that time period in Scarlet Revolver?
I think at that point, because I had a pretty huge song list under my belt because of Shay. But I think what that taught me more than anything else is really the way that you interact with each other in a band, on stage and off, really did just kind of show me like how important it is to work with each other.
Mm.
You know, have an understanding that somebody telling you, hey, like you didn't play that all that well, doesn't mean you suck, you should stop. That's just this is what I heard. Just do it a little differently, you know, or fix it up or whatever, you know. Here's what we're learning, and this
That
is
you
how
can
this...
have those conversations and have them not be confrontational.
Yeah, and it honestly, the biggest lesson that I got out of it wasn't necessarily musical. It really taught me just the bond that you build with your fellow musicians when you're in a project like that.
Yeah, yeah, and you probably learned with Rod too a lot about what it means to, at a young age, be a professional.
Yeah. Oh,
Show
absolutely.
up on time.
Yep.
Know the material.
Don't be a cocky ass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
All those things. Yeah. You don't come to rehearsal to learn the songs.
Right.
You know, be prepared, be professional.
Yep.
You know, wait until the gig's over to go to the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As we say with a couple of beers.
Yeah.
But we're not playing music here. We're just having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, you know, it's I think to a degree, I think you were quite fortunate to have that path that you had here.
Absolutely.
To run into people like that.
Yeah. Well, and Rod also too, in addition to Scarlet Revolver, there was another band over there that I was in, and it was called the P5 All-Star Band.
Mm.
And that was AJ Sugart, who's a Philadelphia musician now, Billy Cave, who goes by Spilly Cave online. He still lives here, and actually to this day, we tour the country together.
Mm.
James Klippel, who's a great keyboard player and songwriter, multi-instrumentalist from the Lancaster area. He goes by Winter Parks on Instagram and Facebook. And I think it was just that four. But that started a whole nother thing. And that was a completely different...
Was that more of a funk?
Yeah,
feel?
totally
Yeah,
different
right.
wheelhouse from Scarlet Revolver. And that ended up, you know, doing a bunch of playing too. And like I said, to this day, you know, every time I'm in Philadelphia, I hang out with AJ, I sleep on his couch, like, you know, and I cram up in a van for a month with Billy and travel the freaking country. You know, we've played a couple hundred shows over the years, all across coast to coast. Like,
Did that open a door for you on the funk side of things?
Yeah, it absolutely did.
Yeah.
Because those guys were a lot older than me.
Mm.
And I mean, the Scarlet Revolver cats were too. They were like 3-4 years ahead, whereas like Billy and AJ and them, they're like 5-6. And so they were in high school at the time. And the stuff that they were doing, you know, they had already been playing music for about 10 years at that point. They all started at a really young age too.
Yeah.
But I also played in another band with AJ. You know, he had other stuff that he did. And he was a songwriter at that point too. So was Billy. And it ended up forming a whole another band yet again after we all left the Perfect Fifth. We started yet another project and did a bunch of gigging with that. I was playing 3-4 nights a week with those guys too, on top of with Shay.
Yeah.
But it did open a door with funk music for sure.
Yeah. Did you come at it initially, you know, when you're 15, 16, were you more of a rock guy?
By that point, no.
No, you had already kind of gotten out of that a little bit.
I was starting to discover a lot of the jazz world and stuff, actually.
That's my step off point to my next thing I was going to, because I know you've done, now, would you consider yourself more jazz or jazz fusion?
Jazz fusion for sure. Like I do plenty of straight ahead jazz gigs, you know, reading the real book and with like a trio or a quartet or whatever. Actually just played a really, really cool show in Virginia a couple of weeks ago with Steve Rudolph and Steve Rudolph, Mike Ginger, and Eric Koala. Um, and it was a whole night of just like Sinatra and Bobby Darin and
Oh
stuff like
wow.
that. So like I
Yeah.
do some more straight ahead jazz, but as far as like my true love, what I
Yeah.
love playing the most,
More the fusion
jazz
jam
fusion.
side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always. I was listening to Jesus Christ, an album by Yellow Jackets on the way over here.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name right now,
Yeah.
but I love the Yellow Jackets and like Annika Nielez, who's the new drummer of Rush.
Right.
She's got some really great original stuff out. But then there's like Cassiopeia, which is a Japanese jazz fusion band from the 70s and 80s, and they're
Yeah.
just phenomenal.
I remember them vaguely.
Yeah, they're
Cassiopeia,
freaking
wow.
great. Oh my
I haven't
God.
heard that name in a long time.
They're one of my favorite bands of all time.
I'll have to check them out. I'll have to-
They're
yeah.
freaking phenomenal. So yeah, I would definitely consider myself more of a jazz fusion guy, both on the listening side and what I play for fun.
Yeah. So you're gigging like crazy. You've got all these fingers in different projects, and then by this point in time you're getting ready to graduate from high school, and COVID hits.
Yeah.
So you went from I'm graduating from high school. I've got all these paying gigs to nothing.
Yeah.
How'd you get through that?
Well, I was a farmhand at the time. So my other love was John Deere tractors, in addition to the drums. So I got a job while I was in high school. I was like 16, working on like a couple 1,000-acre row crop farm.
Okay.
That used to be a dairy farm.
Yeah.
I did that most of the time. When I was done with school for the day, I would go over there and drive tractors, trucks, whatever, do all of that stuff. They farm didn't stop. So I had something to do, but I was going crazy. My drums didn't leave the house for like a year and a half, which was up to that point completely foreign to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have much memory of a life without the drums in it.
Yeah.
And what little memory I have before I was gigging wasn't much. So my whole childhood and teenage life was lived taking my drums to venues and just playing with anybody and everybody all the time. And so when that all came crashing down in a matter of a week, if that.
Yeah, it was about a week.
I lost like the next year's worth of shows in 5 days. I was in Mexico on vacation.
Yeah.
My phone is ringing off the hook. Yeah, no, we got more. There's more venues are canceling. A lot of these places are nope. Nobody knows. It was supposed.
And how long is it going to go on? And it's only been 5 years, but I think people forget about the fog of all of that, the uncertainty, especially initially.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And in a matter of 3 days, it went from just losing the gigs for the next 2 weeks to a month, to 6 months, to a year, to a year and a half, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Where's
this going to?
This is. I came back from Mexico with nothing to do for the next year.
Well, it's good you had the fallback of the farm. So, and I know that post high school, then, in addition to, did you learn a lesson there that maybe I can't just completely rely on drums? And I know that you decided to get kind of serious about learning a trade.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
it's
a
something
diesel mechanic now.
Yeah.
And that was definitely a big eye opener. There's nothing that's guaranteed in this industry, and it changes like that.
However,
even COVID aside, it changes at the snap of a finger.
Being a diesel mechanic, a nuclear weapon's going to have to wipe out the world before a diesel mechanic's not needed.
Oh God, you can't. Even then, diesel engines are still going to be around.
It keeps everything going no matter what.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and I am glad to, I've worked with a lot of really good people in that industry too that have taught me a lot. But I mean, ultimately, if I could have it all, I just want to play the drums.
Does it work for you? Smart move on your part, because does it work for you you have this trade skill that you can apply when you need to apply, but then you also have the freedom to continue to pursue gigging, drumming.
The company that I work for, all the guys that I've worked for, all the farmers that I worked for when I was in school, and then the excavation company I work for now have all been just super dope and allowed me to go be a dumbass and travel the country and make no money.
You want to go live in a van for a month. Okay, fine.
And they've all said, we believe in you and want to
Yeah.
see you succeed, both in and out of work.
Yeah.
So in addition to helping me with anything that I would need at work to be better for them, they also want to see me succeed outside of that. And
Yeah.
that's a lot to ask of an employer. I certainly understand that,
Mm.
but I never really had to ask.
Mm.
So I have been really, really fortunate.
All right, I'm
in
going to embarrass you
having a
here.
job
I'm
like
going to embarrass you, but I'm going to give your mom and dad a compliment because, I mean, sorry, Logan, but, my sons are almost exactly your age.
Yeah.
So, I think you've been afforded that from the people because you're a good kid. You're a good, respectful kid. You appreciate the fact that they're willing to work with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yep. And my parents always
yeah,
instilled that.
yeah.
There's nothing that you're doing alone.
Right.
There's none of this is solely just due to
Yeah.
your own actions. I mean, sure, that's a large part of it, but if it wasn't for, they helped me understand that, this guy's the reason for that, and this happened because of that, and whatever, understand the chain of events, just because it's not a normal childhood to live,
Right.
like most, and the approach that they had to it was, well, some kids want to play soccer or football.
Yeah.
Our kid wants to play the drums in a bar,
Yeah.
a band.
Yeah.
So, like some kids go to practice. Well, he goes to rehearsal.
Yeah.
He goes to a show instead of a game.
Right.
And in addition to the, just massive amount of time that they both gave up to make that happen for me, they also still allowed me time to be a kid, for one, but also still taught me too how to be a respectful individual.
Yeah.
And, they didn't set me up to be relying on them either.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. His dad was like, I'm doing this for you, but also I want to teach you how to make phone calls, how to be on the professional side of things. Because I can't teach you how to be a musician. I'm not a musician. But what I can teach you is how to be professional, be on time, organize your shit, whether it's calendars, answer phone calls, answer texts, all this shit, how to be professional and just have a conversation with people, because that is a skill that a lot of musicians lack. I know that for sure. Every musician I know, myself included, we're all scatterbrained, because half of us are ADHD and the other half are stoned, and we're both but regardless, everybody's disorganized as all hell.
Yeah.
And so they made sure to teach me how to do this shit on my own, so that I wasn't going, mommy, I don't know, dude. No.
And you were in adult world very, very early.
Yeah. Everybody that I was playing music with when I started out was older than my parents.
Yeah. Looking back on it, do you feel that, they, because, I've, been around bands for, I don't know, 40 years now. And, I've been backstage and I know a million big acts, small acts, whatever. We all know that's an interesting world.
Yeah.
Do you, looking back on it, do you feel like some of those older artists definitely made an effort to kind of curb their behavior because, oh my gosh, the kid's like 9?
And, now being that I'm 23.
They don't have to do that anymore so much.
Partying.
Right,
and now I'm the bad influence. They're like, buddy, I'm going to go to bed. I'm like, come on, one more,
Oh, I couldn't keep up with you. You know what I mean? So the older guys that you're playing with, I'm sure they're just like, sorry, Logan. Yeah.
But no, and they definitely did. And that's one too that I am super grateful for. And it's not being exposed to it at an early age. It wasn't stupid. I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But there was definitely a line that was not crossed, which is good.
My experience has always been that almost 9 times out of 10, the really good ones and the great ones, whether it's musicians or people that at the end of the day, they're professional when it's time to be professional. You know what I mean? Because nothing comes before the music, the audience, the performance. I don't care if they paid $5. Somebody came to see me play tonight.
Right.
And I'm not going to be disrespectful to myself, the music, or the audience.
I think a lot of guys get really caught up in the fact that, oh, this is art, I'm an artist's expression. Well, you're also an entertainer.
Yeah.
Not enough guys keep that in mind, I feel like. And there is way too much of kind of this no, fuck them
loose attitude. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
I'm just kind of like, dude,
It's
these people
disrespectful.
came here
Yeah,
to see you.
yeah,
They came here to have maybe not the best night of their lives, but it's certainly a hell of a lot better of a night than if they stayed home. They spent money, especially in this day and age, for people to come out to your show and buy a ticket, whether it's $15 or $100, doesn't matter. Like, put on a good show.
yeah. The entertainment options for even just staying at home.
Yeah.
I mean, the competition out there for the entertainment dollar is insane.
Yeah. Well, in this day and age of
Yeah.
social media too, it's all everything is trying to buy your attention.
Yeah.
It's all the social media algorithms are trying to just capture you.
Right.
Your attention span is the product now.
Yeah.
And so
our attention span goes this fast.
Yes.
Fast as we can scroll.
3
Yeah.
seconds, the
Right.
modern human attention span.
Yeah.
But so the fact that we can get people to put the damn phone down and come out and just be people, interact with each other, just do this shit. Let's be in a room, And I feel like especially after COVID, it put a lot of shit on its head.
Yeah.
But there for a while anyhow, it was impossible to have an empty room at a show for the first year after COVID, because everybody was just like, oh, thank God. Like we almost
music
lost
again.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Like
don't know what you got until it's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
said Cinderella at one point in time.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think I think a lot of that has still hung around. But with that has come this kind of a little bit of an uncertainty too.
Yeah.
I've noticed in selling shows and in watching ticket sales and
it's
shit
very
like
up
that.
and down out there right now.
Yeah, man. Like these, we'll start advertising 3-4 months in advance for something, and shit doesn't sell till it lasts 2 weeks, 10 days.
Yeah.
Like I'm with Central City, we're putting on this holiday show, and I've been talking to Katie, and she is the most badass woman I've ever met, and just one of the greatest people to work for in this industry. Incredibly talented and has a really good thing going with Robin Banks Entertainment. But I was talking with her about this Christmas show we've got coming up, and she's just like, dude, yeah, it's like I'm shaking in my boots. And she's always just super on it. Nope, I got this. I know exactly. And her and I were talking about the fact that people just don't buy tickets. They don't just see it and go, well, oh yeah, let me just get them and have. No,
wait and see approach.
Yeah. And so that is really, really nerve-wracking. And that's something that is, it seems to be a little bit of a post-COVID side effect. I don't know why.
I have a theory, and my theory is this, and feel free to disagree.
Yeah.
I think that post-COVID, to a degree, there may have been an oversaturation of the market.
That does make sense. Yeah.
Where it's and then everybody suddenly, we're all out, we're all live.
Yep.
And coupled with the fact that at a larger level, but look, local shows you're in competition with the concert that's in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You're in competition for the people that want, to go see.
We're in competition with the football game on the TV.
Right,
at Aruga's next door or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think, an oversaturation, of the market, to a degree, has somewhat driven that down. But you see it at all levels.
Absolutely.
I was just out of curiosity, because I'm taking a wait and see approach to AC/DC in Philly next year. And I just recently got on, and I'm like, wow, there's probably 45% of the seats are still left.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, I noticed it when I hit the road with Spilly too. And we don't start seeing shows get to the low ticket point or the sold out point until we're halfway through. We were on the road with Delta Sleep, which is a great math rock band from the UK, for a month last summer. And the first half of the tour was low tickets. And then the second half of the tour was nowhere close. And every single show we played was sold out. Every night there were 700-800 people in every room. But they didn't start selling out until we're 2-3 days away from that next venue. So we're in, Minneapolis, and we're heading back east we're heading over to Chicago or wherever. We're not seeing the venues that we're coming into already sold out for weeks. it's not till like the last 2-3 days, and it's weird. And that may have been 10 people that pushed it over the edge, but
Yeah.
it's just it's a really weird thing that I don't remember being a thing before COVID.
Another part of it too is that where the industry is, it used to be that you toured to promote the record.
Yeah.
And now the record, nobody buys records.
No, not really.
So that has also forced a lot of bands.
I will say that we sell a lot of fucking vinyl.
Yeah.
One thing we don't sell
you're right.
is CDs.
You're right.
We didn't even print any CDs.
Yeah, right,
Delta
right.
took 100 CDs on the road and they sold 10 the whole fucking tour.
Right. Yeah.
And they had to
Vinyls,
restock
yeah.
merch twice when we
Yeah.
were out there.
I'm
too.
a vinyl
Like,
guy, so I get it. But
mhm.
but just bands in general at all levels, and especially the bigger level, you know, I mean, that's the only way you make money now is to be on the road. So everybody's on the road all the time.
Yeah, you either have to have that approach to it or you got to be really damn good at your social media.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you kind of have to be both anyways, because you don't have to tour to promote the album anymore.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. You can't just go play shows anymore.
Right.
This social media has just completely changed what everything stands for in this industry and completely changed how it works. So your promo is done from your couch. If you're not good at making videos, and it's down to like color schemes in your thumbnails and like, you know, how quickly you can capture these people's attention, you're not going to sell shit.
Yeah.
And now, like you said, the only way to make money is the shows.
Yeah.
You're not making any because of Spotify and shit like that. You're not making money off your streams. And while people are kind of buying vinyl, that's not the only way anymore. That's more, I feel like that's more of a novelty thing, like a t-shirt now, than it used to be. Because it used to be it was either the radio or you buy the fucking album. Those were your two. And now we have so many other options. You know, for $5 a month, you have access to absolutely every artist in the world. And so there's
I'm as guilty. I hate it, but I'm as guilty as the next guy.
Me too. Me too.
It's so
I
convenient.
have so many playlists for shows I've got coming up that I put together. That's what I pop on while I'm turning wrenches. Yeah. That's how I learn tunes while I'm at work, and then I come home, shed them, and then good to go. It's how I can learn stuff in 24 hours notice. But it's also just completely flipped this industry on its head. Like it's weird. It's really a weird.
I was looking forward to this conversation, and I'm thanks, man. Like it's really cool to have to talk, because I have my own thoughts and ideas about what's going on with the industry, and then to talk to somebody who's, you know, younger but be on the front lines. So I appreciate your perspective on all of that. So let's talk a little bit about what you got coming up here in the future. I know. Speaking of our friend Shay, I know he's got, just was announced this past week, he's got a big gig coming up at West Shore Theater on February 27th. And, and can we expect to see you?
Yeah, man, I'm there. We're doing, he actually, when he approached me about it, was, I was hanging out in a basement with him at Eric Hoffman's house, watching the Cult tribute band with Mike from the Famous.
What are they called?
Jesus Christ.
I know. We apologize.
I'm sorry, I'm such a dick.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he's like, yeah, man, do you want to I'm doing all original shit that I wrote with Jeff Gaines and all this stuff. He's got some really great songs.
He does.
Man. He's like, I've heard a lot of his shit.
And a lot of people have encouraged him to do the original stuff.
Yeah.
And
what a songwriter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because I'll tell you, I've burnt the hell out on playing covers with him many times over. I'm burnt the hell out on playing covers with everybody. And, you know, having played like the Shark stuff is great, you know, and having played with him for as long as I have, he's shown me a lot of his other stuff. The stuff that he did with Jeff Gaines, like, Jesus, man, what a
Jet Silver.
What a freaking, Jet Silver too. Just what an absolute, just
he's an amazing, talented songwriter.
And
like he's got so much.
I am excited to see what that show's got to offer, because I don't know what he's going to throw at me yet. I really don't.
Are we going to wait till that night, or?
Right. No, I think he's going to get it together pretty early on. But that's going to be a great show. I'm excited for that.
And another mutual friend of ours who I've got a ton of respect for, who's also been on with us, is Brian Seneca.
Yeah. Yep.
And Brian has been talking about it, and I got it. I wanted to have you on, and then I got a text from Brian probably about 3 weeks ago, and he was like, "Hey man, you got to give me a call. I think I've finalized my band, and he told me that you were going to be on drums." I'm like, "That's
Mm-hmm.
it. I gotta get Logan on." So talk about your what's to come with working with Brian Seneca.
Yeah, well, it started out with he just hit me up to record in the studio with him. And we did one album over at Mike Geblin's place, Red Chuck, and then we did another album with Waskovich, who was
Hmm.
just here, um, over at MDW, and I was, at first it was just another session, but I did like the tunes, and he's like, "Well, I want to play some shows," and I'm like, I could give you a couple of
Maybe we
dates,
can fit you in.
absolutely,
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
and because I don't get to play that stuff very often, and I'm a
yeah.
big fan of like the '90s as well, the grunge era especially.
Hmm.
So I love me some Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, and like that's what I'm driving to when I'm driving across the country or
That's
whatever,
why I love
and
Brian's music, and
yeah,
and I
man. I mean,
love I
he's
love the
got
pocket
that
he's in
that
right
heavy
now.
side to him that I
But
haven't
also
really played
a lot
since
of
I was.
melody, and
Yeah,
and he's also a really good songwriter.
he is a
I
great
don't
songwriter.
I don't think he knew he had it in him until.
No, I don't think he did either.
Yeah,
I figured that out with talking to him and working with him that he definitely didn't give himself enough credit.
right.
And yeah, the dude's got some really, really great songs and
Yeah,
some great cats he picked as well to
yeah,
back him too. And
yeah.
myself, not including myself, but yeah, it's been a fun thing, man. We actually just are trying to nail one down over at XL in January. So there is some stuff in the works.
Yeah, yeah. We've talked, and
Hmm.
I told him, I said, man, as soon as you get that first date,
Yeah, and
I'm
I
there,
think the
brother.
goal is
Yeah,
not to be
yeah,
playing 5 nights a week too. None
yeah.
of us are really interested in doing that.
No,
Um,
he's got a day job, and
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
we're all just
but he wants to get the
having
music
fun with
out
it.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like the less you play, the more people want to come and see it. So if we're doing 3 a year, 4 a year, they're gonna sell. So I think that's gonna be the goal. We're gonna try to book a few a year and just be as damn good as we can for every one of those shows. And
it's interesting you should say that, because I've had bands come to me who have maybe been struggling on the ticket sales end or the
hmm
live, and I say to them, I said, "Can you afford to go away for a little while?
right,
Just go
right,
away for a little while.
yeah.
Just go away for a little while. You
Mhm.
you might be you're playing.
If you want to play, go
You're playing.
play in
Yeah, right.
another
You're
city. Go to
right, but
Philadelphia. Go to
yeah, right. You're
Lancaster.
playing
Go
one night a
to
week here
Reading. Yeah.
in central Pennsylvania. You're kind of oversaturating the local
hmm
market. Go away for a little
That
bit.
is the
Yeah.
beauty of this where we live is we're so central to like so many major cities.
Yes.
The amount of major cities that are less than 8 hours of driving away
Right.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about living here.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why we're the Keystone State. Yeah.
Exactly. We're holding it all together. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so and it is easy to do because
Yeah.
we have this because of the fact that I think we're as central to all of these different cities around us, we're a crossroads between them.
Yeah.
That's why we get so many of these major tour stops and how we've had venues like the Metron and the Chameleon and the Hardware Bar and all these places over the years that just get some of these big ass names that just pop in. The fact that Bruce Springsteen is coming into the Metron on a fucking Thursday.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yeah, and even still to this day too, like you'll see cats walking
Yeah.
around
On a
and
Tuesday night. Yeah.
yeah, well, and
Right.
that's why we've got facilities like Rock Lidditz too.
Oh yeah.
Like that whole little town, there kind of seems to be this like unspoken kind of don't bug them. If you see Sabrina Carpenter, Bruno Mars, or whoever the fuck walking
Getting
around
a slice of
town,
pizza
yes,
in Lidditz. Yeah.
they like
Yeah.
they get left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And they probably, I mean, yeah, there's a security car not far away, but like, yeah, they don't get to live a normal life. But
Yeah.
up there, nobody really seems to give a fuck, and they
Yeah.
just kind of let them be. But because of the fact that we're in between all of these places, that's a great spot to have that to rehearse those stadium-sized acts where you need to fly, a 14 by 14 line array and have 10 subs across the bottom of the stage. That's where they're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's this area is such a gem,
Yeah.
and we seem to go in waves. We kind of have been on a down for a while. We're losing a lot of venues and a lot of restaurants, but we've also got a bunch opening up.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Trust
it's
me,
going
Logan.
anywhere.
I've been here.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
been
think it's
involved
going anywhere.
for
Yeah.
like 4 decades now,
Yeah, it's
and
fucking
it ebbs
awesome.
and flows, but
Yeah.
it's not going
But
anywhere.
this
It's
is
not
just
going anywhere.
the best place
Yeah,
to have grown up, you know.
yeah,
And I think if I was doing what I was doing somewhere else, this wouldn't happen this way. I wouldn't
good
be
point.
able to say that this is a living for me.
Yeah, good point.
And like I'm very, very lucky to have been afforded the opportunities they have. And it's because of this area and the people in it and the scene that everybody has built here and just the community. You know, we're a small town with a big city music scene. There's a lot of players.
Yeah,
A lot of players.
a lot of really good players.
Yes,
So-
stupid good.
What else you got going on here coming up in 2026?
Well, we right now the big one I'm getting ready for is actually the end of 25, but December 19th, Central City Orchestra has a big holiday show planned. We have a bunch of guest vocalists and artists. Amy Simpson will be jumping on. Quentin Jones, Mike Waskovich is going to be jumping on a couple there too. We've got a whole bunch of different cats coming up to just do some really cool Christmas tunes. We're not picking bullshit. You know, we're going for Chicago Christmas. We're doing Trans-Siberian Orchestra. We've got some Brian Setzer stuff in there. We got some Ventures. There's a little bit of like everything in there, and it's not going to be your traditional Christmas show. So that'll be at the Valencia December 19th down in York. Really excited for that one. That's going to be super cool.
I'm glad you mentioned it because, not to cut you off, but the next guest in advance of that show, that's going to be where you're sitting right now, is going to be Amy Simpson. Right?
Oh, awesome! Yeah,
Amy's going to be probably, you'll be able to see an episode with Amy here about a week from when this one airs. So,
she'll be on that show. It's always such a pleasure working with her. Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pro's pro.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've had a lot of really good times with her.
Yeah.
And we've played a lot of really cool music together.
And so beyond the holidays in 26, just
early on in the year, there's not too much. I have January 16th. I'm playing in Philadelphia at Club Uki with Spilly Cave. I think we're headlining that, but I'm not sure. And then we've got February 14th. I did just book a Motown show at the casino with Erica Lynn Everest and Shay.
At Granville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we've got Feb 27 with Shay at the West Shore.
Yeah.
And beyond that, March and April kind of slow down a little bit, but I kick up with the weddings a little bit starting in April, and late April, early May.
Yeah.
So we'll do a lot of private events nowadays. But it's where the money's at.
Very cool.
You know, but yeah, man.
So another kind of newer thing you got going on is lessons.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I actually just started last week.
Wow.
Teaching over at Empowered Music with Danny Fiore, who is just phenomenal to work with. Another just great drummer from the area. Spilly Cave actually teaches over there, and he said to me, because I was, complaining about wanting to do music full time and try to get out of wrenching at some point or another. And he was like, dude, come teach. We need another drum teacher over there. Like, they are absolutely jam-packed with drum students. So come on down. There's a wait list already. And so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I've been building kits and stuff, getting that all set up. For now, I'm dealing with e-kits, but I have 2 acoustic kits now that we've found from a couple of different people that have graciously donated them, actually.
Yeah.
So, we're getting things all set up over there. And I really want to get into this because it's cool to be able to pass this on,
Where can people find you to get lessons?
So I'm all on my Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
I'm going to add the link to the website over there, and then you go through our Empowered Music website. You can also go straight to the website at empoweredmusic.com. You'll find me in there. And they offer all kinds. We've got piano, voice, I believe a violin teacher, guitar, bass, drums, there's all kinds, and like songwriting and music theory as well. So there's a whole lot to offer over there, and it's right out on Trindle Road in Camp Hill.
Cool.
So it's
conveniently located near you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get to it. We're going to hit you with the final 4 here.
All right.
Last 4 questions we always give everybody that's over there in the hot seat, and we'll start out with your favorite band or artist of all time.
Steely Dan.
Wow.
That's a quick answer for me.
I didn't see that one coming.
Absolutely, just in my opinion, one of the most perfect bands ever. Because, I mean, and it really was just Becker and Fagan, but it's the cats that they got. You know, some of the freaking greatest minds in music have been in the studio with those guys. And, you know, they managed every single album was a different powerhouse group of people. And I saw them live in 2022 in New York, and just what a killer show. Keith Carlock has been on my bedroom wall since I was like 9. You know, like there was a guy that used to drum tech for him that, I don't know if he still does or not, but he was at Sturgis and I was playing over there. I was like 10. He's like, who's your favorite drummer? Because he saw that I was using Keith Carlock's sticks. My dad, he got to talking to my dad somehow. My dad was like, he uses Keith's sticks. Go ask him who his favorite drummer is. He came up to me and I had no idea. And he said, who's your favorite drummer? Keith Carlock. Well, next week I'll be back in town again. I'll have something for you. And he got me an autographed freaking drum head and like a poster and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's been on my bedroom wall ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, my idols can go to Starbucks and get a coffee by themselves.
Right.
But yeah, they, in my opinion, just the greatest band to ever exist.
Do you have a favorite record?
I'm gonna have to go with Gaucho.
Okay.
Yeah, either Gaucho or Pretzel Logic. Either one of those two. I like a lot of the earlier stuff.
Because most people go Asia.
Yeah, and that's definitely a favorite of mine. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more jazz influence in those older albums, and just not that the Asia album is not tasteful, but there's a lot of really, really tasteful playing and just super great composition and arranging across both of those albums.
I haven't listened to Gaucho front to back in a long time. I think
record.
you just inspired me. I think I know what my soundtrack's going to be for the ride home.
Steely Dan is like the perfect driving music
Absolutely.
too. When we're traveling, man, we all of us with Spilly Cave love it.
Yeah.
So we will just go down the line. We drove
rabbit hole,
through the night from Detroit, I believe, and the entire time I had Steely Dan on because I was driving the van through the night because it was me that had a gig the next day.
Yeah.
We had a day off, and I booked a gig here.
Well, you are the young guy. You're the one who should be driving all night.
So we drove through the night, and it's just every Steely Dan record. It was like 10 hours, and and it's just, it doesn't get old. You know, I could listen to the same record all day.
All right, so if you could have lunch with one person, doesn't have to be in the music industry, dead or alive, who would it be?
It's going to be in the music industry. I would have to say, damn.
It's tough.
Yeah. Probably Annika Nielsen.
All right. For those that don't know, the new drummer in Rush.
Yep.
So she was on your radar long before any of this.
Yeah, her work with Jeff Beck was just freaking insane.
And that's how Rush got turned on to her.
Yeah. And she
Because
just...
Geddy's tech, I believe, was teching for whoever was playing bass.
No shit.
In Jeff Beck's band. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
that makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been, she did a freaking clinic at Dale's like 2-3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I remember the guys texted me and were like, yo, dude, Annika Nielsen is coming. You gotta be. I'm like, when? Okay. And then I had a fucking gig.
Yeah.
And I'd like put it on my calendar and then I completely forgot about it. And somebody booked something and I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Said yes to it, and by the time I realized I had overbooked it, I had double booked it, it was too late. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to be an asshole and cancel because I want to go see a clinic. But, oh, dude, just one of the greatest drummers alive today. Like, she's absolutely... Yeah. And, you know, and I feel like, too, I was actually talking with my mom about this over dinner the one night. Neil Peart walked so that she could run. She is, on a skills basis, a better drummer than Neil. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to get crucified for that.
That's a bold
I'm going to get crucified for that. But on a from a technical standpoint, she is a better drummer. Mm-hmm. But the reason that is that Neil is still one of the greatest ever is because he did that shit on his own, of his own accord. What makes him great is the fact that he's the one that came up with this shit. Right. And you know she's been listening to him since she was a child. Mm-hmm. And if not for guys like that, and that's where like Ringo gets a lot of flack too, because he's kind of a sloppy drummer. Yeah, he fucking is a sloppy drummer. Yeah. But he was a visionary. All of these guys were. Because there was no book for this shit. There wasn't really drum lessons yet. And if there were, they weren't taking them. Like, these guys are the godfathers. Neil is one of the godfathers,
Pillars.
if not the godfather of progressive rock drumming, which is also
style.
jazz fusion too. Like, he carved that path. That's the same path that she is walking down too. And so, like, he has allowed all of us to be great drummers and get further down the line than he was able to get.
Right.
But that's because he had to clear that path.
Yeah.
We're walking down it already. He's already cut it.
Yeah.
We're good. We're smooth sailing. It's fine. It's paved.
Yeah.
The road is paved and clear. There wasn't a road before.
It's a good way of putting
and that's
it. Great analogy.
She absolutely phenomenal choice. And I'm really, really excited to see what happens with this.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to write or not. I fucking hope they do.
Yeah, I do too.
I really hope they do.
Yeah. Speaking of Washkovich, me and our mutual friend Glenn Hamilton and Mike Washkovich we're all going to see the new Rush.
Are you really?
Next year.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
We're going to New York.
No shit.
Yeah. So
I'm jealous,
we're road tripping.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be really cool.
I had a little bit of trepidation when they initially announced this because Rush is so near and dear to my heart. But you have, thanks for your perspective on this.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
I think she's
a little more geeked.
I think she's gonna hold pretty true to what Neil did. You have to pay respect.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna hold pretty true to what Neil did. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But she's gonna put her own spin on it. It's gonna make it something completely different.
Cool.
I personally am excited to see what's to come here.
What's the one song you wish you would have written?
Ah, shit. Everybody Wants to Rule the World
I don't
by
know
Tears
that
for
one.
Fears.
Really?
Yeah. That
Okay.
is, at least to me, the most just overall perfect song.
I
ever
never
written.
tire of it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it right there. From the changes to the structure to the
a beautiful
tempo
song.
to the groove.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything about that song.
Yeah.
I could listen to that tune all day, every day.
Well, Logan, I'm sure your dad's told you the same thing. I can remember when that song was new.
Yeah.
I can remember when songs from The Big Chair, from Tears for Fears came out, and everybody
What
got
a
it.
gorgeous record.
Yeah,
Oh my
it
God.
is. It's an unbelievable record.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites as well. Yeah.
Okay, Beatles or the Stones?
I'm gonna go with Beatles.
Okay. Any reason why?
Yeah, they got a little out there with some of the like the Sgt. Pepper era stuff. They definitely kind of moved away from like the more straight 4/4, just straight ahead snare on 2 and 4 kind of feel. And I mean the Stones did too, but I also am just not the biggest fan of Mick's voice either.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me that over there. They just kind of go like, all things being equal, Mick's just kind of an average singer.
Yeah.
And I've had people say that, and I get it. You know what I mean? Like,
the harmonies of the Beatles just absolutely untouchable.
Yeah.
And they were badass. 6-hour shows. Are you serious?
Yeah.
6, 8. It's what? Like what are you? Come on, man.
They
And,
broke
like,
a lot of ground too.
Yeah.
You're talking about forging paths.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Paths that, quite frankly, the Stones followed.
Yeah, and that's
but I love the
why I
Stones.
say that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the Stones were later.
Yeah.
And they couldn't have done it without the Beatles.
Right.
They created rock and roll. They, again, are the reason that we're able to do the shit that we're doing nowadays as musicians.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for them, this music industry would look a lot different.
You get a fifth bonus question, and this is inspired by Jeff Carley,
All right.
who's our executive producer here.
He's over here giving me stink eye for saying Annika's better than Neil.
No. Jeff here with Moving Audio Imagery is a big progressive guy, and this is a question that he wants me to ask you because he's curious to hear your answer.
All right.
Ding ding. We're going to put two different drummers, and we're going to have one in the red corner and one in the blue corner, and we want to know who you would take. Would it be Danny Carey in the red corner or Bill Bruford in the blue corner?
Danny Carey.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Danny Carey. That man is as comfortable in every other time signature besides 4/4 as most of us are in 4/4.
For those that don't know, Tool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have never seen a drummer like do some of the shit that he does. Like that new record that they put out, Fear Inoculum. What an insane record.
I think that's for him.
Yeah.
That's not my favorite Tool record, but I
No.
think it's his best
He wanted
record.
it to be one tune. He wanted it to be one 45-minute
I did not
hour
know
song.
that.
I'm like, what? I'm glad it's not.
Right.
Because that would be a little much. But
Yeah.
but like even like that tune Numa, Jesus, I've been trying
Yeah.
to learn that. And I watched a video of Mike Portnoy from
Dream Theater.
try to play that. And he was just like, dude, what?
What?
No, we're not.
Yeah.
This isn't human. You're not.
Yeah.
You gotta stop.
Yeah.
Leave some for the rest of us
Yeah.
here. And there is. Danny Carey's an absolute musical genius.
Do you have a favorite player?
Not one. No.
Not one.
Yeah.
Give me three.
3. Dave Weckl. I would say he's one of the top. Just incredible. The work he did with Chick Corea.
Mm-hmm.
What about the beat?
About what?
Beat. His role in Beat.
I didn't know he had. Really?
Yeah.
He's the drummer for Beat.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I guess I got some
BEAT.
studying to
You
do.
got a little studying to do. Yeah, yeah. Couple more.
Steve Gadd, number 2.
Yeah.
I guess these aren't really in order. And then Bernard Purdie.
Really?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I learned how to play the Purdie shuffle correctly,
Yeah.
like and how to really get that feel, that laid back, just in the pocket with the swung 16ths, that changed my playing with everything I do, and it's still to this day like it absolutely it was a switch flipped. A buddy of mine, a drummer friend of mine, we were sharing a bill at like Arts Fest or something, like one of those kind of deals. And he was in the audience because he was playing after we were. And he texts me and he goes, dude, you're playing way differently than the last time I saw you. And it had been like 3-4 months.
And that was due to Purdy.
And it was when I really, truly mastered it. And it took a long time. Like I was first introduced to that at like 9 years old. And it wasn't until I was like 15 or 16 that I could
finally-
truly play that right.
Yeah.
It took a long time, you know. And then like the Jeff Porcaro iteration of it with Rosanna.
Yeah.
And even some of the work he did with Steely Dan too. He
Yeah.
played like that style of shuffle as well. That feel of shuffle is any kind of shuffle is the absolute hardest groove to play on the drum.
Yeah.
That I don't. Yeah, all the 9/4 and 15/16 and whatever stupid time signature you want. That shit can all be counted out, and it's all going to be metronomically perfect. It has to be.
Right.
Whereas
shuffle.
shuffles are a lot more about feel than they are about time. And I mean, sure, there is a timing thing to it. Absolutely. You have to be a solid pocket player to play them right. But some guys can't swing, man.
Yeah.
Some guys can't
Just
swing.
can't do
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
and there are some of the big names out
Yeah.
there
It's not
can't
their
do
thing.
it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the shuffle is overall, but especially the Purdy shuffle is just that was life changing to
Yeah.
me. So yeah, Bernard Purdy is going to be my.
All right,
last one.
Logan. I feel like in some ways we only scratched the surface.
Oh yeah.
But we obviously did get to a lot. Again, thanks, man, for making the time.
Been a pleasure.
And look forward to seeing you out there, man.
Yeah,
and,
I'll be around.
I will definitely see you at the Shea gig at West Shore Theater. Already have my tickets. Which, by the way, westshoretheater.org. And again, that date is February
They
27th.
sell fast over there.
They do, especially for Shea.
Yeah.
That's one show. Don't wait. Do not take a wait and see approach.
That last Motown show, we didn't even advertise because
Yeah.
it sold out in 2 days.
Boom. Yeah,
It
gone.
was gone.
Yeah.
I was like,
And
well,
who
I guess I'm
knows?
not getting. None of my family's coming. I guess
The tickets have been on sale now for about 3 or 4 days, and I bet you right now, if we look, there's already quite a few that are sold. So jump on westshoretheater.org and come check out Logan, come check out Shea, and I hope to see you out there with Seneca as well too,
Yeah,
maybe
man.
at XL. So appreciate it, man, and thanks for hanging out with us here and some
been a
keen
pleasure.
insight. We've only had a couple of drummers on so far, so it's a lot of fun to really talk drumming. So thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Cheers,
thanks,
Steve.
everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of The Night Shift.
so much
Thank
fun.
you so much, man. That's
That was
great.
outstanding.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was so cool.